Hey, what's up? What's going on, people? What's up? Have some issues with this uh this app StreamYard. Yeah, I gotta upgrade my plan. I've been using the free version, so I don't know if they said it won't be recorded. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be recorded or not, but y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me, y'all can communicate. I see Alberto Howell. You say I watch like a cactus. You always mention that. You bring up like a cactus all the time. You love that one. I like that one too. That's one of my favorites. I love that one. Yeah, I decided to start early. I wanted to just talk about some stuff before Clifford comes in. He's going to come in about what we're so about 6 minutes. He'll be here because I start. It's scheduled at 12, so we'll see. Okay, so you can hear me. Y'all can hear me. All right, that's good. That's good. I got to upgrade this thing, so it's not going to be. I'll see, man. It's saying that it's not going to be recorded, but y'all can hear me, so I guess it's just going to delete it. But as long as y'all here for the live, it'll work out. Did y'all watch the fight? So I didn't get a chance to watch. Well, I had the chance, but I didn't want to pay for it. The fight with the UFC 271. I tried to watch as much as I can. I watched the entire fight with Israel and Robert Whitaker, but it was from a different perspective. It was like from someone from the crowd. It was from that perspective. So I didn't really get to see the details, but there's a lot of controversy going on. People are saying that they believe Robert Whitaker won and not Izzy. And I'm reading the comments about it, and I see a lot of the same comments that I've seen when Israel fought Yoel. Everybody's, they're saying all Izzy did was leg kick. That's all he did, is leg kick. Robert was hitting them with the punches. But I feel like a lot of fans, it's like they don't think leg kicks are all that, like they don't count. It's like in their mind, they're not counting leg kicks. Leg kicks do matter. So I will say I didn't get to watch it close. I watched it from the crowd's perspective, so maybe I didn't get to see everything, and that's the issue. Any questions y'all got for Clifford? Write them in there. Write them down. Watch the YouTube. Yeah, I watched the YouTube highlights. Yeah, I watched the YouTube highlights. I did, and it's just highlights. They don't show everything. Can I really base it off the highlights? Because you don't know who's making those highlights. Somebody could be biased. People have agendas with their highlights. So from what I've seen on the highlights, Izzy won. Now Robert was doing pretty good. He was landing his jab. Izzy stuffed a lot of takedowns. Robert took him down 4 times, but he wasn't doing enough with the takedowns. And according to the rules, when you do get somebody down, when you take somebody down, you got to do something when you do take them down, or it doesn't count as a takedown, or you're not getting that any points from it. You said I saw the stats, and Izzy had more strikes landed. Yeah, he overall total, because they base it on rounds. They base it rounds by each round. So Izzy, you have to outstrike them in 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to do it like that. Each round is judged separately, not overall. Yeah, see, I'm not an expert on this, but I've been watching long enough. I think I have an idea. But oh yeah, I think we got Clifford here, so I'm about to bring him in and hear his perspective on it. I would like to do more videos with Clifford because he has a perspective I don't have. I'm not in there in octagon. I'm not in the ring fighting. Okay, I'm just watching, just like most of us. We're just watching. My camera, I improved my camera a little bit. I got a new camera. The background looks a little messed up back there. It was raining in my apartment. I mean, it was raining and it leaked on the wall. The landlord won't come and repair that, or I may have to paint over it. But it looks like a map on my wall, if y'all can see that. All right, let me bring Clifford in here. I'm about to bring him in right now. Hey, what's up, Clifford? Can you hear me?
Hey, Maurice, how you doing?
Doing good, and yourself?
Doing well, thank you, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming in, man. I really appreciate that to get your perspective on the game, on MMA and other things as well. Oh, I think he may have went out. He'll be back. He may have knocked his camera off somehow. Yeah, but yeah, he'll be back in. I'll get his perspective on the fight. I want to talk about his YouTube page that he has. Uh, Let me post his YouTube page in the chat right here. Follow him on his YouTube page. Oh, it bring back in. All right, we got you
There
back.
I am.
All
How
right,
you doing, brother?
doing good. Yeah, make sure y'all
Good, good.
follow Clifford Starks on his YouTube page. The link is right there. I'm not. Hopefully, y'all could click the link and it'll go there. Yes, follow his YouTube page. Yeah. So Clifford, did you got a chance to watch the fights on Saturday?
I did. Yeah. You guys are talking Izzy versus Whitaker.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Who'd you have? Who'd you
I didn't
think
get
won the
to.
fight?
I didn't get to watch it. I didn't get to watch the fights. I tried to. I watched the highlights and I watched
Uh-huh.
I watched the entire fight from a crowd's perspective.
Okay.
From the yeah. So I didn't get to watch the event. And so that's why I
Understood.
couldn't talk. I really can't talk about it myself. But from what I've seen on the highlights, but the highlights are biased. It can be biased. Looked like Izzy got the best of him,
Yeah.
and he landed a lot of leg kicks. And it was a technical match.
It was a very technical match. I was impressed with what Whitaker did. He got hurt early in the first round, and he came back and he showed perseverance, and it made for a great fight. I personally had Izzy winning. Like I saw Izzy winning most of those rounds. And again, I'm listening to the commentators, and I know that plays a role. Sometimes hearing it without the commentary is going to help you have a more objective look on it. But what I saw was those leg kicks and his timing and precision. I'm super impressed with what Izzy brings to the table, and I'm super impressed with what Whitaker brought. Chael Sonnen, I listened to him, and Chael actually saw Whitaker win in the fight. But what I love about Chael is he brings his whole thought process through it as he's telling the story, and at the end he says it could have gone either way, because that is the game of fighting sometimes. Like
Yeah.
when they're that close, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I like when people bring up robbery all the time. Everything's a robbery. When
Mm,
it's that close, just one and people see fights differently. Some people may favor aggression, some people may favor more like the ring generalship. I know it was this guy, Harold Letterman, he used to do HBO,
mm-hmm,
rest in peace. He used to favor aggression over everything. And so
mm,
when Mayweather fought Hatton, he had Hatton winning most of the fight because he just favored aggression. And I believe
yeah,
that plays a part in a lot of people when they judge fights.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like Chael Sonnen was actually bringing up a really good point with the takedowns. Like, does a takedown count if you take them down, but you don't actually establish any damage from the takedown? And everyone's going to have their own perspective on it. Personally, I don't think it counts as much to get the takedown and not do any damage with it. If you're taking them down and you do no damage, that's, in my mind, that's not winning the fight in any shape, form, or fashion. Like, you have to do something to make that takedown count. But some people think the takedown does count. It's really the more specific we can get on what the judging criteria are and what we're looking at. I think it makes it easier and easier. But it could have gone either way, and I wouldn't have been upset because yeah, people do bring up robbery quite often and easily.
Yeah.
It could have gone either way, and it made for a great fight of entertainment.
Yeah, they bring up Robert usually when a fighter that they like loses. There's always like somebody I like loses. I'm like, y'all just gotta keep it real with this. And I always see that. And
That's a very true thing.
I read the comments. Oh no. Yeah, speaking of the takedowns, like you said, how much are you doing when you get the takedowns? It was brought up like a couple of months ago when Kobe fought Usman, and Kobe got Usman down, but he didn't do nothing
Yeah,
when he did take him down. He barely had him down, and
yeah,
so according to the rules, that don't count. So I think that can apply here as well.
yeah.
And Robert Whitaker got him there.
100% agree. And look, I obviously I have respect for wrestling because I was a wrestler myself, but it's a different sport. It's a different sport with different rules. and just taking a guy down doesn't really warrant for that much in the fight game.
Yep, that's true. Because I don't think Daniel Cormier didn't know about that. Because during that fight with Usman and Kobe, he mentioned that, oh, he got a takedown, or something like
Yeah,
that. But he's thinking in a wrestler's mindset, not MMA. And
yeah.
it's just people are getting confused. I think overall, most people, including myself, they don't really know the rule book. Like we're like
Mhm.
studying the rule book and know all the rules. We're just basing it on like what we think matters.
Yeah, yeah. It's, you know, Dana White says it, and I know he was never a fighter himself, but some of the things are just truths. Sometimes you can't leave it in the hands of the judges.
Yep.
And when you do, you have to be willing to accept what the judges are going to say.
That's true. That's true. I think maybe Robert Whitaker, he was a little hesitant because he was really aggressive the first fight, and that plays into Izzy's hands because Izzy's a counter puncher. So
Yep.
when you're that aggressive, you're going to leave yourself open for something. And I
Yeah.
think that may have been that's what was, I believe, what was going on with Robert Whitaker.
I agree with that. Like what I love about what Whitaker went through, because he wasn't only battling Israel in there, he was battling the way he lost last time too.
Yeah.
And to go into that, like to have that heavy of a weight on your shoulder and come out and perform the way that he did, man, hats off to him. Like I just saw a great fight on both fighters' parts, and the chips landed where they may, and now it's up to them to both pick it up and see what are they going to do from here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I had a coach. He always said, "You're only as good as your next win," and I 100% agree with that. Like, all right, that win's done and gone. Now it's moving under the next and seeing what we're going to be for this next one.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Jay-Z song, On to the Next One, On to the Next One.
Yes.
Let's go to the next one. Oh,
Amen.
I had a thought and I just forgot it. I was going to ask, um, oh yeah, okay. I believe a lot of people when they see Izzy, throwing those leg kicks, they'll say he's spamming leg kicks from a distance. And I feel like people don't, from the fan perspective, they don't respect leg kicks as much as they respect the punches more than the leg kicks.
Yeah,
So do you think that plays a part? Like they just see leg kicks as like just like
absolutely.
nothing.
Yeah. Well, and and then there's also the part of, do they like the person or not? Because I remember GSP. So GSP would take someone down, and you'd hear the whole crowd just erupt. Oh, he got a
Yeah.
takedown. So it comes down to if you like the person or not. So it doesn't matter what Izzy's doing, they're gonna hate it.
Yeah. I don't like the way he was dancing.
Yeah,
Stop that.
yeah. They're gonna find whatever they want to find. So it's kind of like it is what it is. As long as they're being paid attention to, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, Israel's getting his due because he's got the awareness, he's got the attention, and they can hate him as much as they want to hate him, but he's getting his hand raised. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I believe that's what's most important because you can make the fights entertaining, but there's a cost to that because if you lose, fans, even if you're very entertaining, eventually they're going to stop watching you. And
Yeah,
if you keep winning, you want to get people to watch because they want to see you possibly lose.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I believe you just
It's
can't.
really it's figuring out. It's such a fine balance, Maurice, and you make like a great point because no one wants to be the most boring fighter,
Mm-hmm.
and also being a fan favorite. It comes with there's a risk reward to it, right? Like how crazy are you going to be with the aggression that you're going to bring, and are you willing to deal with the consequences for the aggression that you bring? And there's pluses and minuses to everything. Sometimes being overly aggressive is a great thing, depending on the opponent that you're doing it against. Whitaker could be more aggressive with some fighters more so than he could with Israel Adesanya, and it's really I think it's important to respect that it's two people at the top of their craft performing for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important for people to really see that and step back and really say like, wow, we get to watch the two best people in the world perform.
That's true. And like Robert Whitaker, I feel like he will build himself up because he did it before, especially after a loss like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about Robert Whitaker and what he did. He fought all the top guys in the middleweight division, built himself up to get a shot with Israel. And that's what I didn't like about what Kobe did. You know, because Kobe, he lost to Usman,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't do the same thing. Like he didn't go through all the guys to get back there. Like he maneuvered different than what Robert Whitaker did.
Yeah. Respect to Whitaker going through the process the way that he did it. And Kobe's playing his own game too.
He's being
just
smart,
talking himself into positions. Yeah.
He's maneuvering the correct way, man.
Yes. Because we can only take so much damage in the sport too. And that's where I look at respecting everybody in the sport in as best way that I can. I talk about Khabib. Wow. What an athlete he was. What a dominant force he was. And I bring him up because he like lived the dream. He got in and out and he dominated the sport when he was in it.
Yep. He said he was the Mayweather of MMA. So it's about what's going on octagon and out the octagon. Then he went and started his own promotion like Mayweather.
Yep.
I mean, the only thing he's not doing, of course, is all the money stuff, but he's doing his business stuff.
Yes.
He's like, look, I'm out of here.
Yeah. And I love each fighter for their own story, their own journey, and how they go about things. Life's a complicated game, as you start understanding more and more and going through your process and realizing like everyone's doing the best they can with what they got. And you can choose to respect them or boo them or hate them. You get the option to do either. And the sport's given me so much and I'm so appreciative of it. And it still continues to give to me because now I get to see other fighters perform at such a high level. And wow, is watching what Izzy does, like it's a masterpiece. The way that he does it, he's never really in range to get hurt. He's always looking for that counter. He's always setting up. To say spamming leg kicks, he's spamming leg kicks against the best in the world. That's not exactly an easy feat to do. And when people realize, like, take a step back and really realize that, because if it's easy to do, then why don't you go do it? It's just like, oh, well, if it's easy to just kick a person and step back and make sure you don't get hit by the person, go try and kick someone and see how easy that is. And then it'll give a person a different respect and a perspective of going like, oh my God, kicking someone's a little bit more difficult than I thought it was without getting punched in the face.
That's true. I believe a lot of us need to get in that ring and experience. I mean, if you're highly critical, like take that punch to the body, to the face, getting your nose broken and still having to go. Yeah, you'll have a different respect for the sport. Now, do you believe you were born a fighter, Clifford?
Yeah.
Or just a competitor? Oh, so you're born a fighter, you believe?
We all are. The question is, which one are we going to show up with? Life's going to hand us our cards. It's what it's going to do. It's going to say, you have these cards. And people are going to play them however they're going to play them. And some people, they've gotten so used to not playing their fighter card, they don't even realize that there's a fighter inside of them. Everyone's got a fighter in them. They just got to let that son of a bitch out and
Sometimes it takes something crazy to happen to get that fighter out. Like with Mike Tyson, it took somebody killing his pigeon to get the fighter out of him because he used to get bullied.
Yep.
Like, man, not my pigeons, man, not my pigeons. Crazy. With Gohan on everybody.
100%. 100%.
It could be a pigeon. It could be somebody taking your food. You just got to find that motivation.
Amen.
I'll ask a couple more questions and let you go along with your day.
Okay.
What was your opinion on the Derek Lewis fight with Tuivasa?
Man, those two are bangers, huh?
Yep. Anytime.
They came to bang, and one came away with it. Tuivasa got him with a good shot, and wow, it was fun to watch. It was
Yep.
really, really fun to watch. And Derek Lewis is coming to bang. So they both stepped in, and you never know what's going to happen with the heavy. Oh, you never know what's going to happen with the
Yep.
heavyweights. And I say heavyweights is just a bit of a different game because all it takes is one, like
Yep.
that right shot and it's a wrap. And it wasn't Derek Lewis this time. Derek Lewis is usually the one given the shot,
Yep.
and this time he's the one who took the shot. But respect to both of those big, massive human beings getting in there and performing. And Tuivasa, he's going to ride this wave.
So yeah, I have a lot of respect, and this Derek Lewis taking that elbow like that. How does that feel to take an elbow like that to the? It's like he got hit on the side like that. Like
I have never taken an elbow like that. As you know, I have taken a knee from Yoel, and that wasn't fun. So I could only imagine an elbow would be pretty bad. I'm sure.
yeah,
Be like, and the light, because his lights went out. Like he was that was the lights went off. It was a wrap. And it's not so much you feel it during, but oh my God, it hurts after. That's for sure. Like I felt like I got hit by a sledgehammer myself. I get back up, and the adrenaline was still going. So I felt the impact, but I didn't feel pain until the next day. So I'm sure Derek Lewis is feeling quite a bit of pain today.
Yeah. He'll heal. I know he'll heal up. He always bounce back, and know what he got another check. And like he said, he likes getting his money so he could invest in houses, opening up in another beauty salon. Mm-hmm. Like you're about business. Derek Lewis is about business too. Yes. So what's your opinion on Derek Lewis's investments? You think more fighters need to get into that?
I think so. In fighting, when you are the fighter, sometimes you're going to be the hammer and sometimes you're going to be the nail. Like that is the fight business. And so with respecting the fight business, it is important to use your assets accordingly to help you build more assets. Like it's a very important factor, especially for fighters. It's a tough sport. And I know there's a little bit of hassle going back and forth with Jake Paul and Dana White and who should pay what and blah, 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 blah. And I agree to an extent. Like I agree fighters deserve to get paid more, but they're going through the process that they need to go through. Every sport goes through it. And while we're where we're at, making what we're making, it is important for us to improvise and figure out where to put our money, because we can't fight for the rest of our lives. Like it's showing to be very damaging to fight way past your prime. It's not a safe place to be. And I want fighters to, because they're not barbarians. We're family men. We're married people. We're people who want to serve our community. We're people who want to do the best that we can. We're people who are always growing just like other people. Everyone's going through their process and everyone's learning and adjusting and figuring the world out as they go through it. And knowing like when that time comes, you want to have a position where you have a safe nest egg because you've put in your body through so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very valuable what he's doing. And I like the way he's doing it.
Yeah, putting the body through a lot with the weight cuts and just training. The thing is, when you're training, that's a lot of like a lot on the body. So it's not just the fight, man. It's training camp and making weight, and then the fight itself, man. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
but you get that rush, when you get that big win like that, and that crowd screaming, and the reward is fantastic.
It's amazing. Yeah, agree.
All right, talk about one more fight, and then that'll be it. The Cannonier and Derek Brunson fight. Blonde Brunson didn't get it done. When he dyed his hair, he turned into a Super Saiyan. He turned into another person, man. He was just on this huge winning streak. And he went to a point where he was just losing, like he wasn't winning consistently, and it just clicked for him. and people say it's the blonde hair, but um, what's your opinion on that fight with Jared Cannonier?
I actually didn't see that one, and I'm sad that I didn't because I like both of their styles. So Cannonier ended up taking the fight.
Yeah, man, he finished him with elbows. Yeah, speaking of elbows, like he just,
Which round was it?
I think it was the second. Somebody put in the chat what it was. I think it was the second round. I think it was the second round. Yeah, I wish I would. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what round it was, but yeah, it was I think it was the second round. It was pretty tough. The finish, it was bad.
Yeah, Cannonier is an animal. And Derek Brunson's an animal too. Those two, because I remember, because I was kind of in that circle for a little bit. I was putting it to Ed Herman, and he ended up catching me with a great judo toss, and I panicked because I hadn't practiced any jujitsu at the time, so I wasn't used to being on my back then. But I remember Derek knocked Ed Herman out after our fight, and I knew Derek was an animal to be reckoned with. And Cannonier kind of came out of nowhere, and Cannonier ended up beating Branch, David Branch, who's another fighter that I've had the opportunity to fight with. So I knew it was going to be a heck of a fight, going with two super athletes, going through their process. And what's interesting, like sometimes you can go on like tears, and sometimes you have down points and you have up points. That is such of the life of the business of the fight world. And so I know Derek was going through a tear, and Cannonier took that from him. Cannonier's probably going to ride that wave, and he's probably looking for Izzy now, isn't he?
Yep, it looks like it's gonna be the Izzy fight.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised. Styles make fights. I know Jared lost to Robert Whitaker, but this could be a different thing, man. And maybe Jared's he has improved since then.
Yeah.
And he's more. He's going to approach it in a different way. So you never know.
And that's true. The styles do absolutely make fights. That's what makes it so unbelievably interesting. Like I'll never forget as we were talking about crap, I can't even think of his name right now. We're just Derek Lewis. Yeah, we're just talking about him. Derek Lewis with Francis Ngannou. I mean, that was a very boring fight. And I would have never guessed that. But I get it too, because it's two knockout artists who are like, they knock everybody out that they touch, and they really don't want to get touched by each other with each other's bomb.
Yeah, and Derek said he had a stiff back end. I guess Ngannou just wasn't mentally recovered from the Stipe fight yet, and then we got that fight. Yeah,
that's the way it goes sometimes. So I'm curious, Cannonier versus Adesanya. That's an interesting fight. Yeah, I'm really curious how that would look.
I like it because that gives him a new opponent.
It does.
Yeah, I want to fight. Then that's what I was going to ask. How do you see a fight with Israel Adesanya and Hamzat? Because Hamzat called him out and said, I will out wrestle you. I will take you down. Wrestling no good.
I still don't know how good he is, because he hasn't fought any of the top guys. So he's riding, and I get it. There's a train that gets rode, and eventually we get to see how good that train is. Like that's what I'm always gonna say, is you get to see how good that train is. And the interesting piece, like I always say, the top 10 can beat anyone on any given night, but there's just something about, it's not that they try more, but there is a belief in that process. When you win enough times, you go in there with belief, and self-belief is important when you're fighting at that high of a level.
Yep. His self-belief is so high right now.
He really believes in himself. Yeah. And so I'm curious, who will he become when he's in a difficult position? I'm just curious, because I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I remember GSP, he fought BJ Penn the first time, and he looked like a stuffed pig during that fight. Like BJ was putting it on him.
Yep.
And you got to see what kind of mentality George Rush had to keep going through the fight, even when it wasn't going his way. How's Cosmic going to handle it? I want to know. I am curious. I'm intrigued. I'll watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to see how he deals with adversity, because like a lot of people, a lot of Hamza fans will say he never got hit, he never got this and that. We're gonna find out eventually, because I see him beating Burns. I think Hamza he's huge, because he fights at middleweight, and then he goes down to welterweight, and he had to get weighed in a second time for his last fight. So he's a big guy. So I just see him overpowering Burns. So
he's an animal. I mean, he's an animal, and I want to see it. I'm intrigued. I'll say that much. And then I don't do the fan, like, I always knew he sucked, or look, we're all good at that level. You're fighting in the UFC. Respect anyone who fights there.
Yep.
But I want to see when he does have adversity, how he shows up.
And I think that can affect the fighters, because it doesn't give them a chance to deal with that. See, if he loses, now he has the whole world seeing that he lost. Other greats like Amanda Nunes, she lost multiple times. Conor McGregor lost multiple times.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva, before he became a star, lost multiple times. But these losses weren't as big. The world wasn't watching their first loss like they did with Ronda Rousey. Everybody's seeing the way she lost. So these fighters got a chance to lose where all these eyes weren't on them. So, but Hamzat's in a position that Ronda Rousey was in, and Brock Lesnar was in. Even Francis Ngannou, when he lost to Stipe, which everybody's seen it happen for the first time. Yeah, how you got to deal with it.
You're so right. When enough eyeballs are on something, can turn it into something that it doesn't need to be.
Everybody looking at it.
Yeah, when everyone's looking at it and they have their own opinion and perspective on it, you get to see, and you get to see how that person shows up too, like how they're going to show up under that pressure. And that's the funny thing with fighting in the UFC alone. They say it's a different animal when you're walking down the ringside and you have all of these people screaming and yelling, and you get to see who you are. You get to see how you show up.
Yeah, like I hear people say, there's fighters who are elite in the gym, but then when it comes to fighting with the lights, they're just a different person. They're not this monster that they are in the gym. These gym fighters could beat, like somebody in the gym could beat John Jones, but then when they get into all the lights on there, they can't beat a guy who's ranked like 10 levels below him.
Yeah, it does play a role. There's that whole process of figuring it out. I remember, I think Henry Cejudo would actually simulate going through the process so that he could be ready for the process. And I thought that was absolutely genius, to simulate what's going on and the effect so that you can be ready for when it happens.
That's smart right there. That's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you get those butterflies, everything's on the line now. And it's kind of like that with me when I do stand up, and I do open mics in front of a couple of people here and there. When it comes to a show, we got an audience, and if they ain't laughing, if they quiet. They talking about adversity, you getting hit, like you talking about getting hit in the face. Not getting those laughs is like getting punched in the face a little bit. You gotta know how to counter it a little bit. It's quiet here. Let me find some way to get it turned around.
I have a friend who's he's a stand-up comedian and a videographer, and he's on the stage, and he's done a couple things. So one crowd wasn't like just taking in his jokes even a little bit, and that was a nightmare. But then there was another one where he got him too riled up too early, and it was just like, and he couldn't get his jokes in because everyone's just acting like fools. So there's different ways about going. Like it's an art form just like anything else, which is really cool about the process.
Like Chappelle's very cool. He's very laid back. He just knows how to handle it. He's up there like, hey, it is what it is.
We're watching a straight artist perform at the highest level. His stuff is sick. The way he weaves his jokes together is masterful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like nothing. It's like he's just talking like regular. It's like certain comedians, you could tell they're making a joke. Like, then I went here and I found out why it happened. Then it did.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this happened over here and then that happened. Look. boom, 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 boom. It flows like that.
He's fun to watch. Yeah, he's so fun to watch. What got you into stand-up comedian?
When I was younger, I used to watch. I was a big fan of Mad TV. I used to watch
Oh,
Living
okay.
Color, but I really got into Mad TV, and they said, "How do you get on a show like that?" They said a lot of them did stand up, and they were discovered doing stand up, and that's
Okay.
why I did it. They're like, "Oh, if I got to do that, then let me do stand up."
Yeah.
I never thought I'd do stand up, and I started doing stand up. I'm not doing it as much. I feel like now I'm starting to embrace like social media and stuff, but I'm gonna start doing it more. But yeah,
That's super cool.
then I've been doing music for the longest, and just trying to apply it to all this stuff.
Nice. So I gotta ask you a question.
Mhm.
What are you looking to create in your world now as you're going through your process? Because I know you were getting into like software security, right?
Yeah, I'll do a CCNA. I'll
Yeah.
start this business. We could remote services. You could work on things remotely,
Yeah.
and I just want to either I could get a job. Oh yeah, what it is? I see automation taking over, and I see the kiosks in the grocery store. So it's like
Hmm.
that's something that you can apply your CCNA to and get jobs like that. And when you got that certification, you can do other stuff. You can start your own business. Just so many great things you can do with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to talk more on that for sure. I know this is your MMA channel, so I won't venture too much into entrepreneurship, but that absolutely excites me as I'm going through the process.
No, we could talk about that. I'll talk about that on my other page. I believe
Yeah.
on my other YouTube page, they're more interested in that. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you know. We'll talk about networking, get cybersecurity, getting CCNAs, coding, and all that stuff. Very important.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship. My other page
Yeah.
will appreciate that. I'm sure some people appreciate on here too, but
Yeah. Well, I'm
more people.
looking to take my kids through their process and just give them as many skill sets and tools as possible as they go along the way. And my wife said something. She's like, "You're not going to turn our kids into fighters, are you?" And I'm like, "Whatever they want to be, I'm going to offer things to them, and I'm going to get them into sports for sure because I know how
Hmm.
important it is for discipline and just being able to go through a process. But if they want to fight, I'll teach them how to get hit as little as possible."
So you're doing what Andre Ward's father did. Andre Ward's father made sure that he got him with a coach who's going to teach him how to hit and not get hit.
Exactly. That's the game. That's the name of the game. If you get hit, it's the same thing with entrepreneurship because you want your money and you got to keep your money too.
Yep. Yep.
Fighting is,
Exactly, man. That's
yeah,
true.
you don't get hit and you hit the person. But again, easier said than done. There's a process and practice that has to go with it.
That's the thing about we entrepreneurship, right? Like at first, I'll start. We got electrical contracting business, and I
Mhm.
worked there. I'm a partner there. From my brother started it, and at first, they weren't getting these consistent checks. I left my job as a delivery driver after a while, and I wasn't getting those consistent checks. So
Mhm.
sometimes you get all this money, and then it'll be a slow period, man, when just like barely anything coming in. But it
Yeah.
teaches you how to get creative or how to find different ways to make money. So that's the thing I like. I started finding out the hustler spirit in me. I'm like, okay, try to sell this, do editing jobs. I know how to edit, do beats for people. If somebody needs
Yeah.
this, find a way to do that, create a website. And that's a good thing when you don't have that safety net.
I bring up so in life, things just don't go your way, right? And I remember this was a piece of my career when I was able to I was at an elite level. I'm at an elite level of fighting, and I just couldn't get away from a particular person's right hand. Like it was like I won. It was like their right hand was a heat-seeking missile to my face. And I was just like, I can't get away from this right hand. And so I got hit probably about like 30 times by this damn right hand. I go home and I reflect and then I reset and I go, well, tomorrow's another day. I go through my process and everything just started clicking again. And so I take that and say, life's about the attitudes that we have. Sometimes things are going our way and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just not going to go our way even a little bit, even when they're supposed to go our way. Because I don't get hit by right hands very often. But when sand gets kicked in your face, when life's not going your way, how are you going to show up, and how are you going to reset, and what are you going to do? Entrepreneurship and fighting, much the same thing. I took it as a day where it just wasn't my day. I shook it off. I came back the next day, and things started clicking again. And that's why I really appreciate and respect those high performers, because I know how much effort they put in to becoming what they become. It's not something that they magically just do. Like, oh, now I can just kick a person and stay a few feet back. Like, no, he is scientifically maneuvering through that process. Every inch he's taking, every movement he's doing, every counter he's making, there is precision, and it's surgical precision, and it's an absolute masterpiece to watch.
Yeah, because it's just all it takes is a split second. Like if you're a split second too slow, that could be the difference between a knockout, being knocked out, and just dodging a punch like Mayweather. And I did witness that with Izzy. Izzy will like that leg will miss by a hair.
Yeah.
She's got to sense everything. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, attitude bar raise. Yep, attitude determines altitude.
Love it.
Yeah.
Got an educated audience too. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it, man. They're coming in. I'm starting to embrace this IG thing.
Nice.
And I got to upgrade I'm using StreamYard right now. So this may not be it said my plan is up. I got to upgrade it and pay for it now.
Yeah.
So this may not be on the YouTube page. They may not post it, but
we'll see.
It is what it is. like Max Holloway said, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What's your IG? I can write your IG on here.
Mine is Clifford Starks 1.
All right, Clifford. Is that a capital C?
I believe so. I'm not even for sure. I'm not on Instagram enough. I need to get on it more though, because it is a powerful platform.
All right, let me look it up right now. Where is it? Oh yeah, okay, it's lowercase. Clifford Starks 1. Yeah, follow Clifford Starks on IG. A lot of motivating videos. Let me post it right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's Clifford's IG right there. So follow him there. And yeah, that's all the questions I have for you today. And awesome. I'm gonna hit you up, and we could have a conversation on my other YouTube page about business, getting your CCNA certification, entrepreneurship, adversities. It's like being an entrepreneur, it's like being a fighter. You gotta know how to take those hits.
Yep.
And you gotta know how to bounce back and all that good stuff.
Amen.
So I appreciate you for coming in, man, and happy Valentine's Day. Have a great day.
Happy Valentine's Day, my brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate your audience. And let's go make it a great day.
All right. Thanks a lot, Clifford.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
All right. That's the interview, man. I enjoyed that interview with Clifford, and we're going to do some more interviews. We did one before. This is the second one. So I'm looking to do more interviews with Clifford and, get his perspective on certain fights and his opinion, because he's a fighter. He knows what it takes to, he knows how it feels to get hit, not hit somebody, and how you react to it and all that stuff. Because a lot of people say, spamming leg kicks, like, hey, it's not that easy. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to Izzy, they don't want to count those leg kicks for some reason. They don't feel like it's a big deal. All he did was leg kick him. Like, that shit hurts. How much that hurts to get leg kicked like that. That's painful. And that's what Leon Edwards was doing to Nate Diaz, tearing that leg up, man. That counts. That's damage. You're going to get scored. You're going to get points for that, for using the leg kick that way. But yeah, that fight with Izzy and Robert Whitaker was close. Robert Whitaker was very technical, and you start seeing some of the techniques he used to getting close with Izzy. Robert Whitaker is the real deal, and this shows you how good Izzy is to, beat Robert Whitaker like that twice. And sometimes it takes longer to get to that level, that ultimate level, when you're just that good. Robert Whitaker, I feel like, was that type of guy. It took him a long time until he just got to that level where he's like, man, I just know how to do this shit. on another level. And then it could be the weight class, because I think Robert Whitaker fought at a lower weight class. I think he fought at welterweight, and sometimes that making that weight could affect you, your performance. And so he moved up, and he's been doing great, and injuries as well. All right, let me read some of these comments y'all have on here. I've been seeing the comments. Yeah, you said Hamzat destroyed Daniel Ocampo. He said Hamzat destroyed Hermanson in a grappling match. I've seen that grappling match. Yeah, he looked dangerous. He got a little tired at the end, so he got to start figuring out the cardio issues he may have. But man, Hamzat, that's why I said Hamzat is big. He's huge because he fought at middleweight. He fought at middleweight, and he fought that guy who's a middleweight. He's a huge guy. So I see what they're doing. They're going to try to get him at welterweight until he can't make that weight anymore. They're like, let's exploit this and see if we can get out of that. Then we're going to move you up to middleweight because Hamzat's a big guy. I seen that video of him next to Jan, and he was the same size as him. A little small, I guess. He was taller, but a little thinner, just slightly thinner. Jan may have been more bulky, but he's a big guy. He's a big guy, huge guy. Let me see. Read more of these comments. He said, "No for gay Jesus. No for gay Jesus, people. No for gay." He said it too. No for gay Jesus. Oh yeah, the question mark. You don't know what that means? He said, "No forget." He was trying to say, "Don't forget Jesus. Don't forget Jesus." Yoel, that's his second language. English is his second language. So he was trying to say, "Don't forget Jesus." He said, "No forget Jesus," but it sounded like he said, "No for gay Jesus." He got in trouble for it. Let me see. Oh yeah. In UFC 200, when Cormier will take down Silva, the crowd boo. When Lesnar will take down Hunt, the crowd will get hype. Yep, it's all about who y'all like at the moment, who people like at the moment. They'll give excuses for certain fighters. I did notice that. Yeah, they were cheering whenever Brock got him down. Salute, great interview. Thank you, Sooth and Gotti. Thank you, Sooth and Gotti. Yeah, I'm going to do another interview with Clifford on my second page. We're going to talk business. Oh, yeah. If you watch the Weasels fight breakdown round, he had Whitaker winning the fight. He said it was not a robbery. I did watch that video. My thing is with the Weasel. The Weasel, he'll always it takes a second time for him to do that. I get it. You got to watch a fight again. The judges can't watch a fight again, but he'll watch a fight and he'll say, "Okay, this guy won the fight," and then he'll kind of change his mind. Like, know what? I don't think he did win the fight. And then we make a video who really won the fight, and then he'll change his mind on it. He did that for Usman and Kobe, the second one, right? That second fight, he did that. When they were fighting, he had Usman winning the fight. Then he just switched it up and said, "You know what? Let me do this video, and I got a draw now." All right. But the thing is, judges can't slow down each clip and look at it and then award one a powerful punch, a medium punch, or a light punch, or light hit, strike. I'll say strike. They don't have that luxury to do that. He has the luxury to do that, and then it's still subjective because there'll be a punch that a fighter lands and he'll count it as a light punch, and it kind of looked like a medium punch to me. So it's all subjective. But then he did that with the Ngannou fight. With Game, no, I think he always believed Game won the fight. He always believed Game won that fight. So I was watching on Twitter what he was saying, and then he did that same video again, but then he just did it again for Adesanya and Robert Whitaker. He tweeted out that Adesanya, he won that, man. He looked like a genius. Then he releases a video saying, "Know what? I don't think he won the fight." Like he'll switch up. I don't know what it is, man. Sometimes I think the audience dictates that. He has most of his audience were going for Whitaker. I mean, they're spamming those comments. And when you start getting that pressure, I know how it is as a YouTuber, your crowd, they'll put pressure on you. But I want to read some more. Yes. Hi, Mo, Cliff, and chat. What's up, Bar Rays? Oh, yeah, he said fighters. Yeah, we're talking about business. Yeah, I know a lot of MMA fighters have degrees because they're coming from a wrestling background, college wrestling. He said he want the UGG impression. You know who you are? You know who you are? His eyes all bugged out. I try not to be too. I guess some of my videos could be interpreted as being disrespectful to the fighters. You see, as you notice, I'm not make some of these videos I made in the past were a little disrespectful. I kind of toned down on that. I've always been somewhat respectful of a fighter. Like I don't put like too many clips of them getting beat up like that. As you know, I have more respect for them. I should try to get a Luke Rockhold interview. I'm gonna try to get an interview with Luke Rockhold. I don't know how he's gonna take the remixes though. What I want to meet Rockhold in person, and he's not gonna know who I am and introduce myself. My name is Maurice. Hey, what's up, man? And I want to show him the remixes. That's how he reacts to that. How people say it to my face. I'll actually walk up and show him the remixes in person. What he's gonna do? He can cuss me out. I doubt he's gonna try to fight me. He'll probably cuss me out like, get the fuck out of here, man, with that. But I do have a feeling he might be cool with it. He might be cool with it. Oh, you talking about that Chappelle skit? Yeah, Dave Chappelle keeping it real. Yeah, when keeping it real goes wrong. You said you heard Kevin Gastelum sucks at practice. Oh, yeah, he has issues with his weight. Like he just doesn't quite belong. You don't know where he belongs. Like he's either a welterweight or a middleweight. Then he's too small for like heavyweight. So he's in a tough spot. I'm definitely gonna talk about government contracting with Clifford on the other page. Government contracting, man, it's a tricky game, man. You gotta know how to move. You gotta get all your experience. You gotta make sure your resume. They want to know you could do this shit because the government really doesn't want small business doing these jobs. They say that they're going to give certain contracts to certain small businesses, but in reality, they really want those big companies to do those jobs because I don't think they believe a small business could do it right, but they have to do it. That means you really got to make sure your resume's on point. And they see what kind of work you've been doing. You said, can you make one with McFlap Beg, McTap Knock? What's that, Soldier Redeem? I don't know what that is. They don't call him the Reaper for nothing. Yeah, he's a Reaper, man. He keeps coming back from the dead. He has a lot of adversity. We need a Canelo get the fuck out of here remix. Oh yeah, dude. I don't know if you're the guy who always commenting that. You have been meaning to make that remix. And my issue with making these remixes with curse words, I'm not getting paid. My videos aren't getting monetized. That Joe Rogan remix I put out with the N-word remix? That shit. You have to sign in to watch it now. Man, I don't think I'm making any money from that remix. Even the other one, when Izzy said my Joe Rogan, that one, I'm not really getting paid too much from that either. All these videos with curse words, affects the ad revenue that should be coming in. And I do want to make money making these, man. I put a lot of time in these remixes. And I do enjoy making them, but I'd like to get some for putting all the time into it. No, we need a Hamzat Want Some Smoke, bro. There's a lot of remixes I could put out, man. There's just so much to do, man. So much. I got to figure out a way to do it. I wish I was able to crank this content out as fast as Foodie what's his name? Muhad Foodie, the guy who does animations. He puts that shit out so fast. He puts it out the next day. I'm like, I don't know how he does it that fast. Like I guess these remixes are different because I got to make sure the beat's right. And I make the bass myself. I put all the instruments together myself, man. I make sure the bass is good, that it's mixed correctly. So it takes a long time. So that's after I finish the song, then I got to edit a video to it. So the process could take a long time. Sometimes I get lucky. I put it out in a day or maybe overnight. Make a remix, G. Hamza to Diaz. Want some smoke, bro? Okay. Yeah, that's read that one. Because I heard vote for gay Jesus. He should run like that. Yoel Romero should run as gay Jesus. Get the no for gay votes. No, forget Jesus. Are you talking about? No, I'm not talking about Espinoza. I'm talking about the Weasel, the guy who does the breakdowns on MMA. He has a huge following. I watch his videos. I do. I agree with most of them, but then I disagree with certain ones. Like he said, who really won? And I feel like, he did one with Valentina, and I made a video about that. Go to my YouTube page, Mohouse Media, and I made a video reacting to his video where he said who really won between Valentina and Amanda Nunes, the second fight. So I did a reaction to that. He said, "Can we agree John Jones lost to?" Let me drink this water. Yeah. Just drinking this huge jug. Ooh, excuse me. Can we agree that John Jones lost to Reyes, though? Yeah. Or let's say this. He came the closest to beating John Jones. Reyes came the closest. People bring up, what's his name? Thiago Santos, the guy he fought before, and they'll bring up Alexander. Like, these guys beat John Jones. No, those Gustafsson, the first fight, he did not come close to beating John Jones in that first fight. People got too hyped up because John Jones wasn't looking as dominant as he usually does. So they got carried away with that. And with the other fight, Thiago, I think his name Thiago. That's another situation. People didn't expect Thiago to do well, like he was an underdog. So when he was doing better than people expected, they gave him the benefit of the doubt. And that's what happens when you're a dominant champion. That's what makes being a champion most difficult. See, it's one thing to win a belt, but when you got to defend the belt, you have high expectations, especially if you're dominating everybody. People think you're going to, if you look mortal in any type of way, people think the guy who's the underdog won the fight. So this is what's going to happen what was going to happen with Khabib, right? Because Khabib fans will always talk about how Khabib never took damage, like he was basically flawless, right? He was going to run into a fighter that was going to do well against him. And it could be a fighter that's on the prelims. Somebody's going to come out of nowhere and do good against Khabib. It could have been Charles Oliveira. And all of a sudden, this fighter is going to do good against Khabib better than anybody else, but Khabib could still win the fight. The difference is that Khabib didn't look dominant. Let's say Khabib tries to take down Charles Oliveira, and Charles Oliveira turns around and takes Khabib down for the first time. Okay, that's still a regular takedown. That's not, you don't get extra points because that's the first time Khabib was taken down. No, you get the same amount of credit you get if that's the 10th time you've been taken down. So in people's minds, when they see something like that happen, like if they see Khabib get taken down for the first time, it's like y'all giving this guy all these points. Like, oh man, Charles Oliveira took Khabib down for the first time. I want to give him all this credit for it. No, it still counts as a regular takedown. So that's what the case was for, I believe, for Reyes as well. He did certain things other fighters never did to John Jones, but it's still judged the same way. Man, there are people who really appreciate your work. Yeah, thanks, Augustine. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's why I was going to retire because I just feel like I need to focus on things that are going to bring me in more money. Oops. My goal is to make these remixes for free, but if I'm going to make it for free, I got to have a lot of money coming in already, so I don't have to focus on other things. Because if I want to make this for free, I gotta devote a lot of time to it. Like, it could be a hobby, but I have to focus on things that could bring me more money. That's why I'm trying to get my CCNA, and I got to work on my business, electrical contracting business. There's a lot of stuff I want to work on. I want to write movies. Like, I wrote an MMA movie. I didn't finish it, but I did write an MMA movie. And I was thinking, like, no, I'm going to finish this later. I'm going to hold off on that because either I could sell the movie or I could shoot it myself. I could independently produce and shoot it. Cause I got experience doing that. I shot 2 projects already. Produced it, directed it, funded it. One called the Ratchet Pack. So look up the Ratchet Pack. I posted the video, the music video, on my YouTube page, on this page right here, and a lot of people, man, they're trashing it, man. Like, who are these women on here that's going off? Like, who got these women, all these ratchet women on here? They're just like just trashing it. A couple people liked it though; they appreciate it, but I guess MMA fans weren't expecting to get this music video with these girls talking about doing this and that. But yeah, I shot and produced my own stuff. You know, with the help of my sister, she helped produce the Ratchet Pack. I think she wrote that one. But yeah, check it out on YouTube. It's still on my page. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that remix. You swallow a spit, girl, Rocco. I was gonna do that remix. I kind of got distracted with something else. Or what about subcontracting then? Yeah, subcontracting, going back to government contracting, subcontracting, that's what we do most of the time, our electrical contracting business, because the general contractor, and then, he subcontracts out. So we're subcontractors, electrical contractors. But the key is, if you want to get experience in government contracting, is you do got to do subcontracting work, and you got to team with an established business, do teaming, and you got to leverage certain things. So there's certain, like big business, if you're a large business, you don't qualify for like certain small business contracts. There are certain small business contracts only small businesses are allowed to get. Then if you have 8A, if you're within 8A, yeah, and if you get 8A, you could use that to leverage to large businesses. Like, hey, look, I got this contract. We could work on this together, and we could do this. And then, you got to come up with a deal. You got to send them not a, what's that called? Certain contract that you can't discuss this with somebody else. But this is all about leveraging what you got, man. If you get this contract, talk to a large business, y'all do work together, and boom, and then you get that experience. You said why your videos are not monetized? Well, certain ones with cuss words, like that one with Joe Rogan, the N-word one, when he was throwing that N-bomb like crazy. I was pushing that in. You hear how many N-words were on that video with the ER? Some people didn't like the fact that I make that remix, and some people laughing at it. But when somebody like me who's creative and who has a comedian's mind, it could be funny. It's supposed to be offensive to me, but I'm going to spin it around and make it funny. And I enjoy that remix. I like the beat. I can make fun of certain things. I can make fun of a lot of stuff. Yeah, I do want to get paid for what I do, because it takes a long time, man. Sometimes I'm just sitting there, my head hurts. I'm like, God, if I can't get the beat right, I'm like, God, this shit, man. I just want to stop working on it and start focusing on something else. But yeah, it takes work. So I can't just pump this stuff out that fast, man. You said Molehead has a team that works with him. I don't know if he has a team. I think he has a system in place where he knows what to do. Because I have a similar situation too. I know what to get. Like when I do a remix, like let's say somebody said, like Conor McGregor said something, I do a Conor McGregor remix. I have other sound files already of what else he said that I could connect to it. So I got a lot of stuff. I got a system in place, kind of. And that's what I believe he does. He has a system in place. So he knows how to do it. Like, I need this sound bite. I could go to this folder and get it. If I need this animation, I go to this folder, get that, boom, 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 and he just puts it in place real quick. So I do believe he's doing it in himself, but he built a system where he could just crank them out really fast. And he knows what, if I need this sound bite, I know where to get it. And that's how I am when I do remixes. I'm like, oh, I remember this fighter said this. Let me go into this folder and get it. I know exactly where it is. Oh, I need this snare. I know where this snare is. I know where this hi-hat is. This will sound good. With the sound effects, with Luke Rocco doing You Know Who You Are, Mike Perry screaming, TJ Gillisaw doing that, that's all in one folder. I got all those sounds in a certain folder. So if I need that, I know exactly where to go. I don't have to search for it. So if you build a system, it's like with business, right? We get into this, how it is with business. But have your system in place so everything runs very easily. So Mohead of Mohead, I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. Fudaliat. he has this thing run like a very well-oiled machine. He knows where everything is. That's what I believe, and he can just crank those videos out. I wish I could do it that fast with my remixes. I'll have all these requests y'all want me to do. I have all that stuff put out. He said, but Reyes has lost to everyone since. Yeah, sometimes it's about maybe either John Jones wasn't motivated or maybe John Jones is just falling. I mean, he's been in the game for a long time and he's wearing down. Maybe that's why he's taking a break so he can heal up. You never know what's going on with John Jones. And at the same time, John Jones was never like that super strong puncher. And also, they were able to study John Jones. And this was I was going to get at with Khabib. You become the best of all time, the greatest of all time, when you start defending your belt multiple times, when you're the man. And it's not good enough just to win the belt. When you got to defend that belt over and over and over and over again, all that pressure is on you, that determines the greatest of all time. Khabib was on his way to be the greatest of all time if he stuck with it. But he left early, and I'm not knocking him, man. Look, he doesn't take no more damage. He made a lot of money. He started his own MMA organization. Khabib is good, but I can't put him at the top as one of the greatest of all time. No, he stopped too early because when you win that belt, everybody's studying you. GSP said this on Joe Rogan's podcast. Everybody's studying you. They know your moves. They know to look out for this. They know to look out for that. When John Jones first started, he used to catch people with that spinning elbow all the time. But guess what? Now they know he's going to do it, so he can't catch people with that spinning elbow no more. They know how to defend his takedowns better now. They know that John Jones is going to throw a certain kick. What's that kick that bends the knee? They know everything he's doing because they studied him for so long. That is what makes being that determines being a greatest of all time right there. So people like John Jones, GSP, Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson, and who else? But Khabib, I got him like he was on his way. Khabib was on his way, but he just stopped. He had the momentum. Do you think Francis resigns with the UFC? I don't know. I know he's injured, so he's gonna be out for a year. That's why they're gonna bring up the interim belt. And yeah, he's having contract issues. He wants to box. I don't think he's gonna beat Tyson Fury in no boxing match. Do y'all realize how big Tyson Fury is? And Tyson Fury isn't just big. Tyson Fury could box. If Tyson Fury could take a Deontay Wilder punch, he could take a Francis Ngannou punch. And I don't think Francis is as fast as Deontay Wilder. Fury he'll run through Ngannou. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all don't realize how big Tyson Fury is. Huge. Ngannou's 6'4", but Tyson Fury's like 6'7", or something like that. Damn near a basketball player. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we have electrical contracting business. Yeah, that's a subcontracting thing. General contractors, they're like the quarterback of it all. He said, why don't you and Mohead? I've been trying to I got in contact with him before. I hit him up with DMs. He said, yeah, I'll look into that. But I haven't heard from him back. And then I started commenting on his videos, right? Y'all look at, I think he did a Derek Lewis video or something like that. And I commented on there. I said, we need to work together. Because my idea is I want to do something like the Gorillas. Y'all know about the Gorillas, right? With I want to do that right there. And that's why I got in contact with him. Because that'll be cool, right? I do the music and he does the animations. So it'll be similar to the Gorillas. Wouldn't that be cool? It'd be like the MMA version of Gorillas. He had Gorillas with Damien Albarn. So that'd be dope, man. That'd be cool to do. Love your concert, bro. Thank you, BB. Your name is easy to say. See, I wish more names were like that, BB. Just keep it simple. Some of these names, man, I'm like, God. Like you right here, Suf Ngati. Yeah, I could say it now, but Suf Ngati. what's weird is why hasn't John Jones fought in years after doing all this heavyweight talking, bulking up? Oh, maybe he don't want to fight no more. But he wants to keep his name in the. That's the tricky thing about when you're a fighter, because you'll always be a fighter, but at the same time he likes the spotlight, and he's gonna get the most spotlight from fighting, unless he just really gets really good at acting and has a successful acting career like The Rock. He knows how to transition. But yeah, the part of the fight game, you don't want to take that damage no more. You don't want to deal with that difficult training camp. But the high that you get from winning a fight like that, all the cameras are on you and stuff like that. A fighter can't get enough of that. And I think that's what John Jones is dealing with. He's like, man, I still want to fight though, but I don't think my body could take this anymore. And then the pressure, because people are waiting for John Jones to lose. Imagine him getting knocked out. You talking about Muhammad Fudilat, he's gonna put him on his videos. So that's all the pressure that's on him. He said Fury will murder Nagano. Yeah, he'll outbox him, man. Fury is big. Not only is he big, but he's a great boxer. He said, agreed, Khabib is not the GOAT like GSP, John Jones, Silva. Yeah, he's not. But the only thing when I debate people this, they'll bring up the PEDs. I had debates when I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I debate people about that. They'll always bring up the PED thing. So that kind of fucks it up. So I do believe that you kind of take that into account, but that's their only argument. So I could bring up all the arguments and say, like, John Jones did this, John Jones did that. This is why he's better than Khabib. Next dude will say, well, Khabib didn't pop for PEDs. That's what they'll say. So, but with GSP may have to be, yeah, he never popped for anything. So you may have to put him, he's arguably the number one guy. And Demetrius Johnson. See, if y'all really apply the PED situation, Silva popped and John Jones popped, that whole thing. If y'all feel like they should be disqualified for that, all right. Let's put GSP up there then. Let's put Demetrius Johnson up there. Yeah, gorillas are electric. That would be funny in MMA format. Yeah, that's what I want to do with Muhammad Fudilat. I'll fuck this dude's name up. I want to do that with him. That'd be cool, right? He does the animations and I'll do the music. And we could create a team. We'll be the gorillas of MMA. That'd be crazy, man. Like, man, come on. And he can use, I asked him when I did DM him, I said, you can use some of my songs on your videos and you can put it on your channel and you can make all the money from some of those. I mean, if you do something else, then we'll have to share it. But I said, yeah, you can use some of my music. And if we come to an agreement about that song, you can make the money from it, but just tag me on there. So some of your followers can come on my page and I can get some of your followers. So I asked him that, like, if you want to use one of my remixes for your page, you can keep the revenue, but just tag me and get them to come to my page. Do you have a P.O. box for donation? Oh, yeah, let me put that there. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, my Cash App. Yeah, because super chats, man, YouTube be taking half of that shit. YouTube pimping. It's pimping. YouTube pimping us, man. Pimping. About to put it here. Pimping. Then if you want to donate via PayPal, I got that too. We got PayPal right here. See, this is my Cash App. Oh, and I got PO. Do you have a? Oh, yeah, I do got a PO box for one of my businesses. I'm going to post the address right now. I'm gonna post a PO box. So if you want to send something, send it to this place. I'm about to let me look it up real quick. Yeah, but there it goes my PayPal. So you can send it there. Just give me a second. I'm about to look up my PO box. Hurry up, hurry up. Come on, come on. And I'm gonna debut my new website pretty soon. I'm just putting my ringtones on there. I'll come out with ringtones, and I'm gonna sell them for like $3. So if y'all interested in ringtones, I got every format. MP3, I got the format for iPhone and the format for Android. So you want to get 3 formats. So if you're interested in buying these ringtones, let me know, man. I'm gonna debut the website. I'm gonna try to debut the website tomorrow. If I get right now I'm trying to connect everything. I'm gonna make sure when people purchase something that they're getting all the files and that the money is going to the correct bank account. So I'm connected to bank account right now. But it's like Bandcamp. Like this is my own website. So I'm gonna get everything. I'm going to post the location. If you want to send something, send it here. Yeah, if you want to send me something, send it to this address right here. Boom. So I will appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. If y'all could show me some support that way, you know. Send me. Now I see some of these YouTubers, man, they be getting some good stuff. Somebody sent a YouTuber a PS5 and shit. I'm like, God, then some of these women out here, these women, man, they really be getting a lot of gifts. You know, they kind of show a little cleavage, and these dudes start giving them all types of money. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna prostitute myself for Cash Apps and PayPal. Nah, fuck that. That's why I got money coming from other places and shit. I don't have to do all that shit. But yeah, that's the address right there. Send it to that address, man. But I'm gonna show y'all the new website. I'm gonna try to show you it tomorrow if I get it all working correctly. But it looks pretty good. I got the ringtones on there. If you want to buy a beat, you can buy the beat from there. The instrumentals. So I'm gonna put all the instrumentals on there. So I'm gonna use my own website instead of Bandcamp. I'm gonna create my own thing. And also look at Mohouse Media. I gotta start writing more on there. That's why I need more time. These remixes are fun, but I want to do other stuff like Mohouse Media. I'm gonna write these articles, so I gotta get back to writing these articles. Or if you want to be a contributor, if you want to write an article that I could post on this website, let me know. You know, when I start putting more ads on there, and I could pay people. But right now, it'll have to be done for free because I'm not getting any money from it. So if you just got something you want to write, if you want to write an article and you want to post it on my website, let me know, and I'll post it on there, and I'll put your name on there. You'll get credit. You'll be a contributor. Yes, if you want to support PayPal, that's the PayPal right there. As you can see, Cash App right there. So I still got 5 people in here, y'all. Y'all still with me, man. Y'all still with me. I appreciate it. But the next remix I'm working on for this page, what should I make next? One guy wanted me to make the Canelo one. I want to make one where I could get monetized, where I get some. I want to make the Canelo one. Know what? I'm going to make the Canelo one. Remind me to make the Canelo one when his next fight comes up, so I could get so I could time it correctly. So I'm going to make the Canelo one. Get the fuck out of here one. When Canelo's next fight come up. But the next remix should be maybe a Colby Covington remix. Then one of my favorite remixes is the Colby Covington remix, Nerd Tears. That's one of my favorite remixes, the Nerd Tear remix. Y'all know that one? Colby Covington, Nerd Tears. I believe that's one of my best ones. And the editing is great on there too. And then I have a part where I'm playing the organ, where it's just the organ. That one's one of my favorites. And then, of course, I got those Jorge Masvidal remixes. Those things hit big, man. Those ones. The MGM Grand Buffet remix hit big. That was one of my biggest remixes. 3 Pieces of Soda hit big. Damn near all the Jorge ones were crazy because that's when Jorge had all that hype. He had all that hype at that moment. But that's one of my favorites. But yeah, it's like what like Tyron Woodley says, I fall in and out of love for making these remixes. Yeah, let me see. The Nerds and Virgins is classic too. Yeah, Nerds and Virgins. Virgins and Nerds. I would like to have Tuivasa walk out to the remix I did for him. But I think he's doing something else. Like he's I see what he's doing. He's gonna come out to all these corny songs. Like people don't expect him to walk out to. So he might come out. What do y'all think Tuivasa is gonna walk out to next time? Like what's the song that he might walk out to? Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. Or Ariana Grande or something like that. Those type of songs you might walk out to. Oh yeah, that Super Bowl performance. No, after watching it again, when I watched it the first time, I didn't like it. I thought it was okay because I don't like performances like that where there's all these artists. I like where it's just one artist and they perform all their stuff and it just works. And also, I don't like how rap is performed live. When rap is performed live, it's not that good to me. There are few rappers that can perform very good live, and one of I want to name him Busta Rhymes. He's very good live. Uh, who else? Kendrick Lamar. He's great. That's why Kendrick Lamar his performance was the best in my opinion. Kendrick Lamar. He's great live. I remember I watched Yellow Wolf. I watched his performance live. Somebody gave me some free tickets at the House of Blues, and I watched his performance. I didn't like it that much. I got kind of bored. But yeah, I watched. I remember seeing the performance with Nas. Nas is one of my favorite artists, but the performance wasn't that impressed with the performance. I prefer watching people like if I got the chance to watch Prince, Michael Jackson. Like I like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is very good live. I like him. He kills it when it comes to live performance. Her Beyonce is very good too live. I don't like a lot of Beyonce songs, but she's a great live performer. Yeah. So awesome to get to interact with that dude who cracked me up who cracked me up many times. Thanks for opening up chats. My heart broke when Robert got his gut tight. Yeah, a lot of people like Robert Whitaker because they say I think a lot of people feel they can relate to him in a way because they're talking about like how he plays video games and he was talking about playing Doom and I feel like that a lot of people relate to that and that's why he just comes off as a nice guy. Izzy's nice too. Izzy a very good guy, but then he'll do certain things like he'll hump a Costa and do some other wild stuff. Maybe people can't relate to that part. But yeah, they love Robert Whitaker. I guess he seems like a guy, a regular person. He doesn't seem like this mystical being. It's the sometimes lack of live instruments for live performances. Yeah, that's what I noticed. Kendrick Lamar, he's great. I like Kendrick Lamar. He's my favorite live rap performer. My favorite live rap performer. Because if you see the performance, the way he did it, like he just brought it out. He knows how to make it sound good. Because with rap, like Nas, for example, Nas is one of my favorite rappers, but I don't like hearing it live. I like hearing it, regular. Because you're really listening to the lyrics and you're listening to a story, but it doesn't translate that well, I think, in a live performance part. Whew. Trying to catch my breath here. The live bands bring out a lot of energy, yeah. But then Eminem had a live. He had Anderson .Paak playing the drums. He had that live band. And Eminem's part was pretty good too. He performed "Lose Yourself." I wish he didn't perform that. I wanted to hear him perform "Forget About Dre." That would have been better. Forget About Dre. That's what I thought he was gonna do because Dre's there. Like perform "Forget About Dre." They kind of did it, but then he went to "Lose Yourself." And you know what I hate about these Super Bowl performances? I hate when they always have all the people run towards the stage. They do that shit all the time. Like they did that with Eminem's part. They all the people run towards the stage where Eminem's at, and that shit looks so corny. I'm like, God, ugh. Lose Yourself is like one of those like stadium songs, and everybody wave back and forth, all that stuff. Just drop the. Yeah, I did see the Weasel's video. I talked about it earlier. I said what Weasel would do. He'll say a certain fighter won. Like he thought Israel won that fight, but then he'll like change his mind and do a video like who really won. But the thing is, the judges are watching it live. They can't just pause it and look at every little detail like he can. So it's just not fair to do that. And then he has his own system too. He has heavy punches, medium punches, and light punches. So sometimes when I'm watching the video, he'll award a punch as a light punch when I thought it was more than a light punch. So it's subjective, man. Not everybody sees fights differently. Everybody will see a fight different. Everybody's talking about the judging. The judging will never be solved because everybody sees it different. Some people want fighters judging the fights. No, you can't have fighters doing that because fighters are going to fall into the same mistakes because they see fights differently. If you look at on Twitter, you see some fighters they have different scores. Gaethje thought Robert Whitaker won, and while be another fighter, he'll say Izzy won the fight. So they're no different, man. I know they're in that octagon, but they still see fights differently from a judging standpoint. So it's just you just gotta take it for what it is. I believe the judges get it right most of the time. I just think people get if it's somebody they really like, they start saying robbery. But Robert Whitaker did well though. It was a close fight. I like Robert. He earned his way back, unlike Kobe. Robert Whitaker fought all the top contenders in the middleweight division to get his rematch. That's something Kobe never does. Kobe's smart though, but he keeps fighting all these guys that are on like losing streaks. And he'll wait too. He'll do it very strategically. So now he's about to fight Jorge, another guy, the third straight fighter who's not Usman, that's on a 2-fight losing streak. Izzy's he's slick. Izzy's slick. He's just not as I guess maybe it's the competition now in MMA. MMA fighters are better, I believe. But Silva, man, he was like Roy Jones. He was Roy Jones basically. It's so flashy the way he dodged, the way he moved, man. It was like Bruce Lee out there. Connor, oh yeah, I think that's one of my favorites right there. Connor's Connor, and the beat was great. I like the beat fit like perfectly on there. Connor's Connor. Musically, it was great. It flowed right. Yeah, Yoel's voice, the way he talks, it just sounds like he's singing. Hold on, and over here. Yeah, he said "Lose Yourself" is his most radio-friendly song. Yeah, that's his biggest hit. Because you really think about it, Eminem, a lot of Eminem songs aren't like really like club hits. When Eminem first came out, Eminem was more like a shock value guy. People liked him because he was saying all this crazy shit. No, for the people who are young, a lot of young people. See, I'm 38, so when he came out, I was a kid, and I think I was in ninth grade, so I was in high school. I was a freshman. So when he came out, My Name Is, everybody was going crazy over the song. Like, man, look, he's saying this crazy stuff. Then we start calling out Britney Spears and NSYNC and Christina Aguilera, all the most popular artists at the time. Because rappers usually beef with other rappers. Eminem was the first one that was beefing with pop stars. And so he felt like a parody rapper at first, more about shock value. So a lot of those songs that he has, like he's not going to perform at the Super Bowl. He's not going to perform My Name Is, Real Slim Shady, Please Stand Up, Without Me, some of those goofier songs. So it took him a while for him to get for people to take him. People who weren't fuck with Eminem at the beginning, like when he came out with Infinite, those mixtapes and stuff like that. Lose Yourself was the one that was more serious. But I think most people, they really love Forget About Dre. Forget About Dre is that song right there. That's my favorite one. Oh no, my favorite Eminem song is Criminal. I think Criminal. I used to listen to that song a lot when I was a kid. And with Eminem, man, I like Eminem. I don't like his fans. I don't like those stands. I can't stand them. They're annoying. And I used to deal with them when I was in high school. These three white dudes, man, they used to talk about Eminem all day in high school, all the time. All they did was talk about Eminem. He used to drive me crazy. Like, God, y'all talk about this guy every day. And one dude's like, look, bro, Maurice, Tupac, don't get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong, bro. Tupac is one of the best of all time, bro. But Eminem's on another level, bro. Tupac is like the greatest artist in this world. Eminem goes past that, bro. He's on the galaxy type level, bro. He's on the galactic level, bro. No, he's in fucking Pluto right now. That's how big, that's how great Eminem is. He used to say crazy shit like that, and it used to annoy me. I'm like, all you do is talk about Eminem. 100% understand why I felt Izzy was more dominant too. I like his style more. Yeah, both awesome guys. Yeah, his style's more slick. Izzy has a lot of swag. I think that plays a part in it too. He looks calm all the time. He'll dodge a kick, and when he does take a punch, it doesn't look that bad. So it's about how you handle getting hit and make how it looks to the judges. If you live in a world where every single fighter wants you to do a crazy walkout track, who would you pick? Oh, hmm, hmm. I gotta see who could bring out the best in the remix. Probably Izzy. Izzy will probably dance. Cause Izzy puts a lot into his walkouts. Like he do all these. He does a lot of crazy stuff. Izzy. Oh yeah, probably Izzy. Tuivasa. Yeah, he's doing the shoeies. I'm talking about fighters who do a lot in their walkouts. Because some fighters just walk. Like Daniel Cormier, he'll just run to the octagon. Like he's not going to dance or anything like that. So not him. So probably Izzy. Yeah, the standing pressure, man. Those stands, man. God damn. I like him. I believe most people like Eminem. They respect Eminem, but it's his fan base, man. They don't, because I don't believe a lot of Eminem fans. I'm gonna do videos like this on my Morehouse Media page. I know this is an MMA thing, but I believe all y'all know about this stuff. I always want to talk about this. Most Eminem fans, a majority, don't listen to hip hop. They don't listen to hip hop. They listen to hip hop when Eminem's doing it. So they always talk about how they love the lyrics and like nobody else could rap like Eminem. You guys, most of these guys aren't listening to other rappers. Now Eminem's gonna sound great. He's gonna kill. Like if he's on a track with Ti, or he did a song recently with Corday. Like a lot of these artists aren't battle rapper type artists, and so they're not gonna sound like you're trying to kill somebody on the track. They're not like that. Like let's say Eminem does a song with oh yeah, he did a song with Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's not that type of rapper. Kid Cudi does the melodies, so it's not fair. You got to put Eminem up against somebody like him and Busta Rhymes did good together. Somebody like that, or Pharoah Monch, KRS-One. Who else? Jordan Lucas did good against him. I wouldn't say it's against. They're not going against each other. They're just yeah. I'm trying to figure it out, but yeah, the stand impressions. See those damn stands. Most of them don't listen to hip hop, man. They don't listen to hip hop. There's some like Nas. If you listen to Nas, some of his songs, listen to the song Nas did talking from the perspective of a fetus. He was talking about how he was a fetus in his mom's belly and how he grew. Like he was breaking down each month. He was breaking down his mom, his dad taking his mom to a abortion clinic and not aborting him. Like he was getting detailed like that. Like he was from the perspective of him inside his mom's belly. That's what Nas does. And Nas also did a song from the perspective of a gun. That song Rewind, when he's talking about rapping backwards, he told a story backwards. So Nas, man, that's the thing. These type of songs aren't going to sound good during the Super Bowl, but if you're just listening to on your speakers or with your headphones on and really like listen to it, some great songs. Uh, yeah, but Eminem, like I like Eminem on Renegade. I like that version of Eminem. Eminem, all he does now is just rap fast now, and then he's using all these like he's very technical, but it just don't sound fun no more. It was cool at first on Speed 'em. He did that song Speed 'em with Tech Nine. I love that song, like the way Eminem was rapping. But then after a while, like, okay, he's still doing that fast rap. That's changed up. Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, I was about to end this live like 30 minutes ago, but I'm ranting right now because I'm reading people posting questions right now. So y'all are getting me to stay in here. Why is he on every artist list at the top then? Because he's white. I believe with Eminem, him being white does play a part. And I'll say this: when Eminem was first coming up, him being white was a negative because white rappers had this what's the word? After Vanilla Ice came out, it was harder for a white rapper to really break out and be taken serious. 'Cause I remember back when I was younger, if you heard somebody was a white rapper, they always say they're corny. They ain't trying to listen to a white rapper. So with Eminem, it was tough for him being a white rapper. It's tough for most rappers. Every rapper has a tough, but being that white, there's a stigma. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a stigma as a white rapper. But when you blow up, when you actually blow up, being white is a positive. Because now you're more marketable. In the music industry, if you're white, you're going to be more marketable, not just to white people, but to all these other races. And that's how it was with Eminem. And also Eminem was doing shock value. So that helped them out as well. But yeah, you said because he's white. Yeah, a lot of hip hop consumers are white people. White people buy hip hop. And they're not just buying Eminem, they're buying all the artists. A lot of Kendrick Lamar fans are white. J. Cole fans are white, Hispanic. Juice World, they're white. So white people are in hip hop and they're buying hip hop. But imagine having Eminem come out who was white. Not only is Eminem white, but he's good. So they're very proud of Eminem. White people, Eminem was like Tiger Woods to black people. I'll say that. Like, oh, we gotta, not only was Tiger Woods black, but he was fucking good, man. He was very good. Although he was mixed with Kareem, I think. He said Peter Yan is coming. Yeah, we'll see. Peter Yan got a lot of pressure on him right now. I believe there's more pressure on him than on Aljo because everybody's against Aljo, and if Yan doesn't get it done, man, I can't talk no more. If M taught me anything, it's how mesmerizing the dictionary was. His best party trick ever. Eminem, man, he's Eminem knows about hip hop. Eminem loves hip hop. Eminem knows his artists. All his stands don't know about hip hop. Eminem knows hip hop. Eminem respects hip hop. He gives respect to all the artists, all the old school artists. Like he loves L. Cool J, Rakim, KRS-One, Redman. He loves all these artists. But his stands, I don't believe most of Eminem fan base, I don't believe they fuck with hip hop. He's like a pop artist to them. It's like listening to Ed Sheeran or something. This new version of Eminem, not the old version. Yeah, hip hop always has a limited base. He broke out to pop, rock, and every genre with disses to tap into. He tapped into a bigger audience. Yeah, when he started dissing Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, then he tapped into that other audience, man, because he just blew up, man. He just like became the biggest rapper ever. But later on in his career, man, when the shock value wasn't there, the music fell off. I don't like I think the last album I bought for Eminem, my favorite Eminem album is the second one. The second one was great. But then first one was cool. Third one was it was good. I like the third one. Then after that, it went downhill. It kind of had some okay albums here and there. Like I think I listened to Kamikaze. Kamikaze. The first three songs were good. It was cool. See, once again, this is what Eminem relies on. He needs shock value. So when he started the MGK thing, Machine Gun Kelly, that really brought out the best of Eminem. That gave Eminem something to talk about. If Eminem needs something to talk about, like somebody's dissing him, you're gonna get the best out of Eminem. But yeah, I listened to Kamikaze. I didn't like the album either, so I'm not excited about any Eminem albums. Oh yeah, Beastie Boys are really big. Yeah, they're big. Well, I think what fucked it up was Vanilla Ice. That put a stigma on white rappers, and it kind of made it hard for white rappers to break out. Okay, everybody would think they're corny. me see. Got 2 people in here. What's up, bro? What's up? I'm about to end this live, so if you got a question, let me know. Kali Gaming /vlogs. Yeah. If you have a question, man, write it down there and I'll answer your question. I'm about to head out though. So just let me know. But yeah, follow my page. Oh, this is my website right here. So check out this website, Mohouse Media. That's my website right there. I write articles. So check that out. And I had something else I want to post. So what's your favorite? What's your best remix? My best remix, somebody mentioned it earlier, is the Connor is Connor. Yoel Romero with Joe Rogan. Connor is Connor. Connor is Connor. Many people like this on the national team. It just flowed right. Connor is Connor. Connor is Connor. Many people like this on the national team. Connor is Connor. Connor is Connor. Connor is Connor. Connor is Connor. That's my favorite one. All right. Anybody got any questions? If you have any questions, I'll answer the questions. If not, then I'm about to head out. I've been on here for an hour and a half. And I'm not sure if this video is going to post on my YouTube page because the StreamYard thing I use, it expired. They said I got to upgrade, so I got to pay for it. I'm trying to figure out, I may have to pay for it so I could do this stuff right here. So I can do these streams. So that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to get on with my day right now. I'm about to get something to eat. I haven't had anything to eat today. I'm about to eat something, man. I'm about to eat some, think about eating, I don't know, tacos or something. But yeah, I'm out, man. I'm out.